Hello, my name is Cindy Hansen. I'm the principal of Tremont Grade School, and I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about Common Core math. This has been a big change for us this year, and I know it has been a big change for many of you at home as well. So first of all, thank you. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your hard work with your kids at home as we have transitioned to a very different way of thinking about numbers. It's very understandable that you might have some questions about why we made this change to begin with and how you can help your child at home with math homework. So in the future, we plan to create a few videos that highlight some of our classroom activities. We hope that will give you a glimpse of what our math instruction is like and that will help you as you're working with your child at home. But today, in this video, we wanted to talk a little bit about why it was necessary for us to make this change in the first place. If I had to summarize the differences between the way we used to teach math and the way we teach math now, they would be a couple of things. First, there is now a stronger emphasis on developing number sense. And second, there is a stronger emphasis on developing problem-solving skills, especially problems that are new and maybe unexpected and that require a variety of different skills where the answer is not readily apparent. So, why are we making this change? Let me illustrate by showing you some of the kinds of math responses we saw previously that indicated we might need to re-look at the way we teach math. One of the most common things we saw was in story problems like this one. Sam bought a board that was 7/8 of a yard long. He cut off half of a yard. How much was left? Often, students would just pull numbers out of that story problem and apply the most recently taught algorithm, whatever that was. So if they had most recently been working on division of fractions, they might just try to divide these fractions. So they would write 7/8, and then part of the algorithm or the steps that we go through with dividing fractions is flip and multiply. You flip that second fraction, so instead of a half, they would write 2/1. Then they would multiply those numbers and get 14/8, which is almost 2 whole yards. Now that doesn't make sense with the question. Sam started out with a board that was less than a yard long, then he cut off even more. He should have a really small piece left, but because we focused on the steps of the algorithm and not as much on the number sense, sometimes these are the kinds of responses we would see. We would also see interesting things when students had to regroup numbers for addition and subtraction. We used to call that borrowing or carrying. Like in this problem, 14 minus 6. So we would see students do this. They would cross out the 1, make that a 0, cross out the 4, and make it a 14. Now, they have the exact same problem they started with. It is still 14 minus 6. It was unnecessary for them to go through those steps, but they did so because the algorithm had taught them that in the ones column, if the top number is too small, you regroup. We live in a rapidly changing world, and successful people in the future will not just be people who can memorize information or who can memorize the steps to solve a problem. They will be people who can decide if information is even accurate or helpful in solving a problem, and who can apply that information in problem solving in new or unique or efficient ways, and then who can decide if the answer that they came up with even makes sense. Those are the kinds of things we're working on with Common Core Math, and I see amazing things happening in our classrooms because of it. Thank you. Thank you for watching today, thank you for your work with your kids at home, and thank you for your partnership with us.